next stop, well, part one stop really, but yeah, next stop after leaving home, Doncaster, getting ready for the train station, down to London, and then heading over, once I get to King's Cross, over to Sky Studios to start the day proper. Arrived at Sky, but not so sure about this, like, what do you reckon? Behind the scenes at the moment, Sky Sports just finished the social media bit. I didn't do great, let's put it that way.
I need to bring a chair in.
You're right, all right. The person in the middle, okay? All right? You're all right with that? Thank you. And I know...
Started that before, yeah.
Do you post this before?
For my podcast, yeah.
We've got a science channel doing 36.
Lads, don't say I don't graft of the page. Daft o'clock and still at it. Still at it.
Well, it's getting late, or should I say it's getting early hours of the morning. Just finished through at Sky Sports. I've been there for most of the day, and it's certainly something that was out of my comfort zone, and something I didn't think in a month of Sundays they would bother contacting the likes of me. More a face for radio perhaps than anything else, but considering Razor hasn't been on the phone, or John Anderson, I will have to keep waiting a little bit more for that one, aren't I? But yeah, what a day, what an experience, what a facility that they've got down here. State of the art, loads of staff, top notch, great people, very gracious, courteous, lots of time, to talk about things and to learn about things and to understand things, and yeah, like I say, just totally and utterly out of my comfort zone. But I think they were okay with everything that I did today. Again, wasn't talking for Newcastle United supporters, but cut me in half and I would bleed black and white. Black and white inside, no doubt. But yeah, it was just too good of an opportunity to sort of to turn down. I just hope I did everybody okay. Again, I wasn't there to talk on behalf of Newcastle United fans. I was there to talk, myself, my opinions and everything, but I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't want to let anybody take liberties with the name Newcastle United. I was there to defend the corner, to give my opinions on stuff, and I certainly tried to do that when I was given the opportunity throughout the day. So I learned a lot. enjoyed it. It seemed to go over really, really fast, but it has been extremely long. A train back up in literally a couple of hours. But thus is the joys. I wouldn't complain or anything else like that. Not after the experience that I've had today. It's been brilliant. I'm back at the old Travel Lodge in London here. I say a couple of hours, get myself sorted, heading back up north, and then see what the fallout has been from transfer deadline day, which, yeah, it's been quiet. My opinion on it, it's been very, very quiet. It's a disappointing one. I think we had a bad transfer window in all. I know we didn't lose anybody, and that was good, and I was starting to panic a little bit about Tonali at one point. But we didn't lose anybody. We should, and we could. Yeah, we definitely should have brought somebody in. There's no doubt about it. But we've got to get through. We've got to make amend with what we've got, and what we do have is a good squad. Yes, it's got too many injuries in it. Yes, there are areas that are unbalanced, but we've got to go with what we've got to go, and you know, it could be a very interesting second half of the season. Hopefully get some of these injuries back, get a little bit of consistency. We've got players like Emil Kraft who have been missing for months. We've got players who have been missing in action. Look, Alanga, we've not seen anywhere near the best of Alanga. We've not seen anywhere near the best of Ramsey. Vissa, not seen anything near the best of. Voltemada's gone a little bit off the boil. Get back him up to speed. If we can get these players cooking and hitting the heights, then we should have no problems with what we've got in-house. But ultimately, it's a job for Eddie Howe to do between now and the end of the season to try and get into some sort of European competition and to see what we can do in the cups that are ahead of us. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put some footage travelling back up just to finish the vlog off. I hope you like it. We don't do vlogs all the time, but I thought today, given the circumstances, then why not? Anyway, take care, keep it tuned, and of course, I'll speak to you later.
It'd seem rude not to, really, wouldn't it? Everybody needs a Fabian share. God's country. Go on to Newcastle. Go on. Just about back, nearly back to where I started from anyway. What a trip, what a learning experience, what an eye-opener to see behind the scenes what happens on Sky. Yes, there wasn't exactly a lot of transfer talk, yours truly to get received into, just like the little bit of Tonali stuff that there was yesterday, which was never going to be a starter, was it, at the end of the day. That's probably going to come in the summer, with face facts. But yeah, it was great. Obviously I listened to Eddie's press conference on the train on the way back today, and again, it's not all sort of sunbeams, rainbows and that type of thing. A lot of injuries heading into the Manchester City game makes the decision not to go and try to sign somebody even more perplexing, more strange, alone, somebody, something. I'm sure we could have made something happen if we wanted it to. I know there isn't a massive budget after the splurge over the summer, but look, summer, yeah, we spent £200 million. We got 100 million of that back. I probably net spent of about 80 which when you use the old PSR formula on it, is, you know, 20 odd per season or less over the next 4 or 5 seasons. So surely to God, and if you listen to every single so-called financial expert that talk sport or the likes gets on, then surely we had some more room for manoeuvre. Surely there was something that we could have brought forward to get, you know, to get us over this next tricky little patch. Right, I'll pick it up when I'm near the car. I was on top of that bridge and it was absolutely blowing a gale. I could barely keep the phone still, so I've come back to the car, the safety of the car, and hopefully very shortly the warmth of the car. As I was saying, yeah, surely there was something that they could do. And on the face of it, you think you've spent £200 odd million, you've recouped 100 and odd, 80 million net spend. It's a significant sum of money. I'm not saying it isn't, but with the way it works, with money comes in straight away, and with you know the rest of it spread over the term of the contract, surely to goddamn something could have been done, because we go into tomorrow's game against Manchester City, and a lot of you will say it's a game, it's one game, it's a game we're probably, even if we win, we're not going to go through, considering we've only scored what 3 goals in our total in our trip, and we need to score 3 tomorrow. That second goal was a fucking killer, wasn't it? It was kicking the nuts at St James's Park, it really was. Look, this isn't just one game. We've struggled with injuries throughout this season, coupled with the issues with, you know, last summer's signings. Some of them, the majority of them, not particularly hitting the ground running. We could have done with help. Tomorrow we go in with 4 fit defenders. Sven Botman is back from an injury, an injury-prone player, may I add. Tomorrow we've got him back, and just as well, because Lewis Hall is out, Lewis Miley is out. The 4 defenders, you can predict his starting team already, because it's the only 4 that's left. It will be Dan Burn at left back. It will be Sven Botman at centre back. Next one will be Chow. 32 games in a row. He's fucking knackered. And then beside him, Kieran Trippier, who will fade come an hour or so after the game. Subs, Alex Murphy. That's it. That's the lot. Senior, and I'm including Alex Murphy as a senior player, which in any other way and form, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. Across the middle, we've also got issues, like I touched upon before. No Miley, no Joe Linton, no Bruno. Problems everywhere we see when they look at the moment. It's not Eddie's fault. He's having to play these players all the time, and they're picking up injuries because there is no fucking alternatives. So in the midfield, the 3 of them will be Willock, it'll be Ramsey, it'll be Tonali. Tonali looks like he needs a break and a rest. Willock's had a game or 2 where he's looked decent, and Ramsey hasn't been bad. We'll put it as that, shall we? As I just sort of twist from one side to the other. Oh, pick it up. Yeah, midfield picks itself, the midfield 3, because like I said, we've got no other alternatives. Time and time again, that's the problem. Eddie Howe, if you're to expect Champions League, you've got to give him the tools, you've got to operate like a Champions League outfit. And I just don't really think that we necessarily... if this had happened at another club where there was a crisis like this, they'd have gone out and they would have done what was necessary to see us over the line. I apologise for the fact we're swaying all over. I'm not set up with the cars normal. So we're down to the bare bones in midfield. We're down to the bare bones in defence. Pope starts, probably does. If not Ramsdale, much of a muchness. To be honest, it's, yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it, type job. And then up top, who's going to start? I think it'll be Voltemade. I can't see us going with Gordon up front again in this one. I think Voltemade will. We'll see how it goes. And I think the substitutes will dictate based upon the current results. There's going to have to be a lot of youngsters on the bench, probably a couple of goalkeepers and everything. But it's opportunity for one of the youngsters if he gets on and is able to take it. So if it's not going well and you've got Trippier on, and we're going to probably have to play Trippier again maybe at the weekend, then why not put on Shahada, the young lad? Why not give him the opportunity to learn, to experience, to see what it's all about? Because what's the worst that could happen? If we're in a losing position, what's the worst that could happen? I think if Man City score the first goal, if it isn't already game set and match, it's game set and match at that point, and we go out. And we've had a fair fist of it this year in trying to defend the trophy. But look, as I've said to others, look, the broken clock's right twice a year. It can happen, I suppose. It hasn't happened in over 10 years since we last won in there. But when we did, it was with a mixture of it was with the right mixture of players and reservists, if you will, youngsters, mixed match, hodgepodge, and we won. And we're in a similar situation this time, so you never know. Again, I'll be watching. I'll be kicking and heading every ball. I'll be pushing the lads on and praying that they can do it. A final would be absolutely fantastic. It's not looking very likely at the moment. Pep's a good side. He can play his third choice team, and it's an embarrassment of riches, isn't it? And it's the have and haves not. It's the people who fall, where it's fine in the PSR against those who it doesn't, and that's just sort of how it goes. I'm afraid. The transfer window, as I touched upon before, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great deal for me to talk about, to be honest. I was probably the designated driver there, to be honest, in case the taxis and stuff didn't turn up after it all. But look, I had a good time, enjoyed it, and learned a lot from it, of course. And I mean, who knows, that sort of thing probably will never happen to yours truly again. So one of them experiences ticked off. A great day, and hopefully it's a great day tomorrow. But clearly, I mean, you got to think Eddie Howe's going to be pissed off. He's a football man, a football person, and he wants footballers who can fill the positions. He wants to be winning, he wants to be challenging, he wants to be doing well. I think it's a tall order, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of the season. To get Champions League, I think it's very much slipping away. Some sort of European competition isn't beyond us, but we need to put a run together. And I'm trying to touch and trying to finish on a little bit of a positive. Look, we didn't sign anyone, but if we can get a tune out of some of these lads who we signed for the summer for big money, with big reputations, big names, etc., etc., if we can get some of them fit, firing, and just performing week in and week out. If we can get an Elanga playing like he did at Forest, if we can get a Visser, like he was playing down at Brentford before he went and got the tit on. If we can get a Jacob Ramsey, who, well, to be honest, talking to some Villa fans, he wasn't great down there either, but if we can get more out of the likes of him as well, then those will be like new signings and all that sort of thing, because we've not had much of an uplift with them in the team so far. Voldemade, he's been good, but the last 2 months he has got off the boil. Chow looks like he needs a break. He's a great signing. I love Malik Chow. Does look like he could do with a little bit of a breather for a game or two. Ideally tomorrow is a game where you bring in a Fabian Schär or somebody in from the bench, give them a game and give Chow a rest, but literally must. So I do find it head scratching that management and ownership haven't done more. I do accept the financial realities of the situation, but I'm not in it for the spreadsheets and this, that, and the other. We're not going to be spreadsheet champions like under Mike fucking Ashley. I'm in it for the football. I'm in it for the club. I'm in it for the love of the club. I want them to do well. To do well, we need the best footballers. We need to push on. And this is why it's so important that we get things like the training ground ticked off, sponsors ticked off, more revenue brought in, ticked off. We need to be progressing as a club off the pitch to help us on it with the demands, because playing these games every 3 days, it's really fucking the squad up. Hopefully there's a chance to get Bruno back for the weekend. I hope Lewis Hall will be back. That will help. Lewis Miley, touch wood, he should be back maybe as well for the weekend. So there's a boost, and those players should come back a little bit fit, fresh and ready to go, because Brentford, let me tell you, I'll speak to the lad down there, and he was like, oh, I'm looking forward to the weekend. They sense blood, they smell it in the water. They want to obviously have a laugh at the likes of Visser's expense and stuff as well. That's why I think Voldemade starts tonight. I think Visser starts against Brentford, and he needs to get going. He looks a little bit, another one that we haven't seen enough of, obviously injured and this, that and the other. We haven't seen enough of him. If we can get him fit and firing, fuck me, we've got some player, there's no doubt about it. But he just doesn't look to be moving right, and this, that and the other. But what a time for you to start tonight against Manchester City. What a game to follow it up in the league against Brentford. If we can get a result tonight and a result, against Brentford, all of a sudden the season's, the fans are going again. you're believing, you're dreaming. I think tonight might be a difficult one, but even if we get a result at the weekend, it gets the league campaign back going again. And one of the most stinging things from last night was watching the Sunderland supporter jumping up and down, getting all giddy and excited because they were above Newcastle. And that was the first question Sky asked them after the game. Oh, are you happy that you're above Newcastle? And he's me, I'm saying to the people next to us, I had an Arsenal supporter and a Man U supporter either side. I'm like, the trophy parade will be out. I said they'll be climbing out from under the rocks now. Said that, you know, despite what was said on the TV, that is what they want more than anything. So it would be nice to get a win at the weekend and hopefully go back above them and just put them back in the place. You had sick of them piping up, didn't you? You know, but the Brentford fan, back to him, he was very much, he was like, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. He felt confident that he was going to come to St James's Park, take the points, and yeah, help their campaign. They're having a great campaign. They're having a great season. Everybody wrote them off. Everybody thought they were going down with the losing the players and the managerial situation, but they've shut every fucker up, haven't they? They really have. And talking about shutting fuckers up, I want to shut up. I want to get home, get warm, because I'm absolutely fucking freezing after that walk from the train station back to the car park. But yes, more to come. Another trip to London next month. Another opportunity. Something else a little bit different. Also, that will bring to you on a bit of a vlog and tell you more details of it really shortly. But exciting times for Magpie 24/7. Hopefully exciting times for Newcastle United. Let's get the season fully back on track. Come on, lads. Massive 2 games. Let's get something out of them. But I'll leave it there. Take care. Keep it tuned. And I'll speak to you later.
Join us Monday for Toon Talk, a Newcastle United podcast by Magpie 24/7.